Yikes, Donald Trump just had a disastrous landing back to Washington, D.C. from Mar-a-Lago, where he was golfing on the taxpayer dime all weekend. Everything is unraveling. Donald Trump's ceasefire has all but collapsed. Donald Trump has made a number of admissions that he's basically just outright supporting Vladimir Putin taking over huge parts of Ukraine, and that he's not going to sanction Russia. He will not be providing weapons to Ukraine. The government is shut down as Donald Trump seems to enjoy taking away the health care of 20 million Americans who will lose their health care. And Donald Trump is sending $40 billion to Argentina while Americans suffer. Look at his face as he took questions from the press on Air Force One. I just want to show you what went down. This got ugly for him. He was asked by a reporter, why are you helping Argentina versus like American farmers and Americans? And then he unravels and he starts to yell at this female reporter. He goes, look, young lady, you don't know what you're talking about. Argentina's fighting for its life, young lady. What? Here, play this clip.
Question is, what do you have to say to U.S. farmers who feel that the deal is benefiting Argentina more than it is them, as they are
Argentina's fighting for its life, young lady. You don't know anything about it. They're fighting for their life. Nothing's benefiting Argentina. They're fighting for their life. You understand what that means? They have no money. They have no anything. They're fighting so hard to survive. If I can help them survive in a free world, I happen to like the president of Argentina. I think he's trying to do the best he can, but don't make it sound like they're doing great. They are dying. All right? They're dying.
What do you mean Argentina's fighting for it? That's America first. And didn't you all say that Argentina's leader, Javier Milei, was this brilliant guy in 2023? Didn't you all say that Argentina was just crushing it and their economy was surging? I guess the opposite is true. I guess America first means helping out Argentina while taking away the health care of millions of Americans and destroying the lives of American farmers and so many other Americans. So then Donald Trump was asked, do you feel Israel was justified in striking in Gaza? It's been like 35 Palestinians have been killed since this fake ceasefire was announced. The ceasefire is all but done at this point. Israel says it's closing down humanitarian aid corridors. Hamas says it's not disarming. Donald Trump had no clue what the reporter was even asking him. He's like, what do you mean? Striking where? What's happening? I mean, this is who's leading our country right now? Are you freaking kidding me? Here, play this clip.
Do you feel that Israel was justified with striking when it did?
Striking where?
In Gaza, today and overnight?
I'd have to get back to you on that. I'd have to get back.
What is the next step?
Because we're going to be determined. You know, all of that's is under consideration right now. It's under review.
Then Donald Trump is asked by a reporter about that meeting with Zelensky, where it was reported that Donald Trump started screaming at Zelensky and saying, look, we're not helping you at all, except the current border lines based on what Russia's taken over, and shut up, Zelensky. And apparently Zelensky said, what are you talking about? You stand up, be strong. You're supposed to be sanctioning Russia like you said you were going to be doing. You're supposed to be providing us with long-range missiles like Tomahawks. And Donald Trump's like, we're not going to give you anything. I spoke to Putin and Putin told me that this is how it's going to go down. I kid you not. That's what went down. I predicted that was going to happen on the last MeidasTouch podcast. You remember I said Putin called Donald Trump. Trump's going to go into that meeting with Zelensky just sprouting off the Putin talking points. And here's what went down. Donald Trump was asked, did you tell Zelensky that he needed to cede all of these regions? And Trump's like, no, but he needs to give up all the land that Russia's taken over already. Listen to what he says. I mean, this is literally traitorous stuff that he's saying here. Here, play this clip.
Yeah, Friday, you said you had a cordial meeting with President Zelensky. During that meeting, did you tell him he needed to cede all of the Donbass region to Russia?
No, we never discussed it. We think that what they should do is just stop at the lines where they are, the battle lines. You have a battle line right now. The rest is very tough to negotiate. If you're going to say, you take this, we take that, there's so many different permutations. So what I say is they should stop right now at the battle lines. Go home, stop killing people, and be done.
What do you think should happen with the Donbass region?
Let it be cut the way it is. It's cut up. right now. I think 78% of the land is already taken by Russia. You leave it the way it is right now. They can negotiate something later on down the line. But I said, cut and stop at the battle line, go home, stop fighting, stop killing people.
Then Donald Trump is asked about the Hudson River Tunnel in New York City, the funding from which Donald Trump has revoked, the billions of dollars that were already earmarked for this project. Donald Trump is saying, I get to choose what the hell happens in New York. I believe it's terminated unless they beg, basically, or otherwise I'm not going to give them any funding. By the way, there is a big governor's race in New Jersey where you have the MAGA Republican candidate who loves this stuff. You love destroying New Jersey, apparently, you idiot. Here, play this clip.
Mr. President, sticking with New York City, you've talked about the Hudson River Tunnel, the infrastructure project. You said that the funding has been terminated, but, folks in New York have said that it's not terminated. So where does that stand?
Well, as of now, it's terminated, and that's up to me. And as of now, it's terminated, and it's terminated because the Democrats are so foolish what they've done to the country. I mean, we have the hottest country in the world. There's no country even close, and they just want to do this. There's nothing for them to do. All they have to do is just say, let everything continue. And I will say a lot of Democrats want this to get over.
So the administration right now is not sending funding?
Right now, there is no funding because it's up to me.
Then Donald Trump is asked about the No Kings protests, which set records as the largest protests in the history of the United States. And Trump's response was, I think it's a joke. And he said that George Soros and other radical left lunatics were responsible for all of the brand new signs. I mean, the brand new signs, people writing on poster boards about we're not a nation of kings. No king since 1776. Here, play this clip right here.
What is your response to the protests?
Who are you with?
I'm with AP.
With AP?
What's your response to the protests over the weekend, the No Kings protests?
I think it's a joke. I looked at the people. They're not representative of this country. And I looked at all the brand new signs paid for, I guess it was paid for by Soros and other radical left lunatics. It looks like it was. We're checking it out. The demonstrations were very small, very ineffective, and the people were whacked out. When you look at those people, those are not representative of the people of our country.
Mr. President, besides San Francisco...
By the way, I'm not a king. I'm not a king. I work my ass off to make our country great. That's all it is. I'm not a king at all.
Donald Trump is next asked about the government shutdown. Do you want to see the premium tax credits extended? Watch his response.
Mr. President, on the shutdown, do you want to see the premium tax credits extended if the Democrats vote to reopen the government?
Let me just tell you that there'll be no money given toward their crazy escalation of giving money to illegal aliens that came into the country totally illegally. I mean, they came in illegally. They want to spend $1.5 trillion, with a T, trillion dollars, giving it to people that came into the country illegally. They shouldn't have come in. In fact, one of the reasons they came in was to get this money. And California is a big culprit. I mean, California, they're out of control. And we're not going to pay California all of that money that they're giving away illegally. And that's another thing. Between California and Colombia, there's not that much difference. We're not going to be making those payments.
What are you even talking about? Okay. There is no federal funding going to Medicaid. It's not allowed. Period, full stop. The federal funding's not going to the Affordable Care Act. Period, full stop. You're just making things up. What are you saying? That if someone's here who's not documented or anybody shows up to an emergency room that they need to show their papers? Don't you realize that even if citizens show up and they have to show their papers in that short amount of time, that could lead to people dying? Don't you realize that EMTALA, the Emergency Medical Treatment Act, was actually done under Republican administrations going way back decades and decades and decades? This guy's an idiot. I keep saying it over and over again. Trump's an idiot, and a dangerous one at that as well. Trump is then asked, your pollster, Fabrizio, your guy, says that 72% of voters support the ACA tax credit. So this is your pollster, Donald. Should we extend the Affordable Care Act tax credits? And then Donald Trump's like, we'll see. We want to have great health care. We'll do whatever we can do to have great health care. Okay, that means extend the Affordable Care Act tax credits. It means protect people's Medicaid. It means don't take away $200 billion from rural hospitals and then say, but we gave 50 back. If you stole $1,000 for somebody and then gave back $200, you realize you still stole $800 from them? Anyway, here, play this clip.
A July survey
Who
by
are you with, Liz?
the Washington Post. A July survey by your pollster, Tony Fabrizio, found that 72% of voters across political parties like the ACA tax credits. Are you worried that you might get blamed if you don't help get those through?
Well, we want to have great health care, so we'll do whatever we can do to have great health care. But the Democrats want to destroy all health care because they want to give $1.5 trillion of this money, and they want additional money to go to people that came into our country illegally. Many of them are from prisons and mental institutions, and we're not going to destroy our health care for the Democrats.
Then Donald Trump says the only thing that's increasing in price is beef, he says, but Argentina will help us out there. No, Donald. First off, we need to bail out Argentina right now, which we shouldn't be doing. Two, Argentina is sending its soybeans and its produce and its products to China after you bailed them out. And three, it's not just beef that's rising. Everything is more expensive right now under your despicable regime. Here, play this clip.
With soybeans and on Argentina, you're looking to do that deal with Argentina, the bail swap. So,
Expecting beef?
are we expecting a beef deal?
I assume you're talking about beef, yeah. To get beef prices down. The only price we have that's high is beef, and we'll get that down. And one of the things we're thinking about doing is beef from Argentina.
This is what Trump says about China and soybeans right here. Here, play this clip.
President, on soybeans, are you confident that you'll be able to get it?
I want them to buy soybeans. One of the things I want is China's going to buy soybeans. I want China to stop with the fentanyl. Very, normal things. I don't want them to play the rare earth game with us.
But you want them to, but do you think they will make a deal on soybeans?
I do believe, yeah, because otherwise I'm not going to make a deal. No, I want them to buy. Our farmers have been boycotted by China as a negotiating point. I don't want that. Our farmers are great, and in particular our soybean farmers, and I want them to start buying soybeans at least in the amount that they were buying before. And I believe they'll be able to do that.
Then Donald Trump says, you know that as the president, I can invoke the Insurrection Act whenever I want to. He just makes up this number. He goes, 50% of presidents have invoked the Insurrection Act. What do you mean 50%? Yes, Donald, 50% of presidents said we're in insurrections. What are you talking about? Again, this is someone who is unhinged, dangerous, and just idiotic. Here, play this clip.
Besides San Francisco, are there other cities you're actively looking at for the National Guard right now?
Yeah? What about it?
I'm just wondering if you care to comment on that.
Well, we've used the National Guard to be very successful in Memphis. You can see the numbers are falling like rocks. Washington, D.C., Chicago is getting better, even though we're going through a lot. And, we're trying to do it in a very nice way. I'm allowed, as you know, as president, like 50% of the presidents have used the Insurrection Act. They can use that, and everybody agrees you're allowed to use that, and there's no more court cases, there's no more anything. We're trying to do it in a nicer manner, but we can always use the Insurrection Act if we want. I mean, you take a look in the past, one in particular president used it 28 times during the course of a presidency. So we're allowed to do that. We thought we could do it in a very nice way. All we want to do is have safe cities. We're not looking for anything that would be spectacular other than crime-free become spectacular. We want to have great crime-free cities. So I'd be allowed to use, if I wanted, the Insurrection Act, and then all of this nonsense would go away. You have the absolute right. It's the strongest power a president has, and you have the absolute right to do it. We wanted to go this route, but we get sued every time you look at somebody. You look at somebody the wrong way, and you end up getting sued.
Then Donald Trump responds to the president of Colombia, Gustavo Petro, who is saying that Trump's regime is killing innocent Colombian fishermen. And Trump's like, what are you talking about? We shot down a submarine. Not that one. Not that one, by the way. One of the early strikes killed innocent Colombian fishermen. And then separately, you've killed innocent individuals from Trinidad and Tobago. Do you realize that? Do you know what you're doing? You didn't even know that there were strikes taking place in Gaza. Anyway, here, play this clip.
The Colombian president says that U.S. killed a innocent innocent Colombian fishermen in one of the strikes.
He said that when we shot down a submarine, that they were just fishing. This is a submarine. This was a submarine that was meant, by the way, this was a submarine that was meant for one reason and made for one reason, to carry massive amounts of drugs. Yeah, go ahead.
No, but that's not the right strike that he's talking about. He's talking about a previous strike.
Then Trump says, as a result of the president of Colombia calling him out for killing innocent Colombians, he will be imposing new tariffs on Colombia, but he won't say what the rate will be. Here, play this clip.
On Colombia, Senator Graham, the country of Colombia, Senator Graham tweeted that you would be imposing tariffs on the country either today or tomorrow. Can you give any details as to how much those tariffs might be?
I read the statement of Senator Graham, and it's correct, yeah. I was with him today. We were working today, and I read his statement, and it's correct, yes.
How much is the tariff rate? Do you have
I'll let you know tomorrow. Yeah, I'll let you know tomorrow.
Tomorrow? It'll be announced?
Yeah.
Here's what he says about, he calls the individual, the Democrat Jay Jones, who's running for attorney general in Virginia. He calls him an animal and like low IQ. That's Donald Trump's name for African Americans. This is how he treats African American people. And by the way, did you see the story I did yesterday where the Department of Homeland Security manipulated a video of young black men and they put a caption that says, yo, ICE, the cartels gave us money to go after you, when it was a video back from June where actually this group of young black men were being patriotic, more patriotic than I think they even needed to be during the time when the U.S. government was bombing Iran. And they said, actually, hey, Iran, we're staring at you. Don't mess with our crew. And the Department of Homeland Security changed the wording. So it acted like this group of young black men were taking money from the cartels to go after ICE officers, literally putting a target on these young black men. This is what Trump's done his entire life, by the way, to black people. Like, that's Trump's history. Racist. Here, play this clip.
Jay Jones has repeatedly said that if he wins in Virginia, that he can't. Jay Jones in Virginia said.
Judge, you mean the one that wanted to kill somebody's children and kill somebody? You mean the animal that wanted to kill somebody?
Yeah.
Who should not be allowed to be running for that office?
Yeah, he said he can't wait to see you in court. I'm wondering if you have a response and if you're considering getting involved in that race.
Well, what is he saying?
He said in the debate on Thursday night that he can't wait to sue your administration and see you in court.
No, he's a third-rate intellect. He's a guy who, I've never seen anybody say what he said, that he wanted to kill his opponent's children, he wanted to kill his opponent. No, I can't imagine anybody voting for Jay Jones. Look, you would think he's totally discredited. I would think he wouldn't even be allowed to do that. Anybody would be put in prison for what he said. So he can join a long list of attorney generals that have been suing and losing. But the people of this country want law, they want order, they want safety. They don't want to be mugged or raped or shot. And that's what we provide. We have tremendous numbers also. You see the crime numbers are coming way down.
And then Donald Trump says more about Colombia and cocaine. Here, play this clip.
Against drugs. And in fact, even when they had better presidents than they have right now, that's how they're making a lot of money, drugs. I used to complain about it when they had a very nice president, but he wasn't doing it. It was all talk. They are a drug manufacturing machine, Colombia, and we're not going to be part of it. So we're going to drop all money that we're giving to them. It has nothing to do with them stopping drug production. And you look at the fields are loaded up with drugs, and they refine the drugs, and they make tremendous amounts of cocaine, and they send it all over the world, and they destroy families. No, Colombia is out of control, and now they have the worst president they've ever had. He's a lunatic who's got a lot of problems, mental problems.
Well, anyway, there you have it, folks. Let me know what you think. Ridiculous stuff. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 6 million. Thank you so much for watching.
Love this video? Support independent media and unlock exclusive content, ad-free videos, and custom emojis by becoming a paid member of our YouTube channel today. You can also gift memberships to others. Let's keep growing together.